Alright, we good, we back. Alright. Osiris Lourde, thank the Lord loves you. Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Discord, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Feels like it's been a while, even though I've been streaming, but we here. Alright, feel like my jaw moving a little slow, but it is what it is. Alright, so let's do it. So in the Lord on Instagram, the Lord loves you on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok. I did all of that already, so I ain't gonna do it again. Today we're gonna watch, as you can see, we're gonna watch Zevi. I'm assuming that's how you say it, Zevi. And Zevi's gonna talk about why our future and Tyler and them had beef. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see that, and I'm gonna have, you know, my usual. I was gonna watch anime today, you know, but Excel Saga is kind of doing a weird thing, so I'm just watch something real. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna watch something real. Probably smash out one of these because the video's only like 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna come back on and do something else. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I be doing my segmented thing. But anyway, Zevi, if you see this, keep it up, bro. I like your videos. If you want some gear, got you, bro. Tour, check out the shop, tour.shop. I got some gear for you. I send you a hoodie, send you a chain, bro. It's on me, man. Whatever you see on that website, it's on me, man. Keep doing your thing. Keep staying informative. Appreciate you. And I'm gonna watch the video. It sounded like I was about to do an outro. I literally was about to click stop streaming. I'm wilding. You feel me? So let's get it. Boom. We already gonna give a thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know.
See, Tyler had a problem.
See now, you see now, I have a problem. My headphones are off.
There was this guy talking.
Right, cool.
Tyler had a problem.
Yeah, my computer.
There was this guy talking crazy about him online, and this guy's name was Chris Brown. Now, he didn't say Tyler's name, but he was talking about him. Chris Brown's words were, "This demonic music gotta go." Now, if you don't know anything about Tyler at this time, he's not the Tyler you know today.
Facts.
He made what some would call very, very intense lyrics. Now, this was clearly directed at Tyler. Tyler and his group, Odd Future Wolfgang, them all, were the subject of everything wrong with youth culture. They were the poster children of saying bad lyrics. And, well, if you know anything about Tyler and his group at this time, the lyrics were a little intense. Now, there's another person that was in their group, and that person's name was Frank Ocean. Tyler basically responds, "You corny." Chris Brown didn't like that very much. Now, Chris decides to go full nuclear, says, "I want all the smoke," and decides to just start throwing shots at Frank as well. Now, this makes sense. I need you to listen. Frank Ocean was making a buzz in the R&B space. Tyler, the Creator, is making a buzz in the rap space. Chris Brown is part of the R&B space. So it makes sense that Chris Brown started targeting Frank. Chris Brown said, "I like Frank. He reminds me of this one singer." Now, the singer he mentioned was mainly a writer, which is actually a huge insult to Frank, if you know anything about
I'm sorry, Zevi. This sandwich? Yo, my boy went crazy on this today. Y'all see this sandwich? Bro, this sandwich goes crazy. Like, Sausalito, tropical cheese, you know what I'm saying? Now, let's get back to it, you know what I'm saying? Had to show y'all how
he got his career started. Frank Ocean was trapped as a writer for his record label for a very long time. And if you know anything about the music industry, what record labels like to do is they like to trap people as writers for their bigger artists. Sia is one of those people. Frank Ocean is a famous one. I can't remember anyone else. It was a huge insult. He's basically saying you're gonna be a writer forever, let the real artists do their thing, in so many words. And Frank Ocean hated his position trapped as just a writer. That's why he released Channel Orange for free without his label's help, because he was trapped as just a writer. Kanye West, he was trapped as just a producer. They trapped people as producers as well. So Kanye had to release his own thing by himself independently from his label to prove to his label that he could do it for free. So all this is encompassed in Chris Brown's one tweet. Frank Ocean says, "Hey, you know what? I like Chris too. You know who he reminds me of? That one singer, Ike Turner." Damn. Now, Ike Turner's great. Hold on. Ike Turner and Chris Brown have a lot in common. Hold on. For free. So all this is encompassed in Chris Brown's one tweet. Frank Ocean says, "Hey, you know what? I like Chris too. You know who he reminds me of? That one singer, Ike Turner. Now, if you know anything about Ike Turner, let's just say Ike Turner and Chris Brown have a lot in common as well. Chris doesn't like that very much. So he says, hey, Frank. Tyler says, hold on, stupid, I ain't finished. Tyler, the Creator, begins to go on a tirade of tweets saying, Chris, you stupid. Chris, you ugly. Chris, your hair look like Amber Rose. Chris, you trash.
Your hair look
Chris,
like Amber Rose.
Like women. Chris clearly doesn't like that very much. Again, he says, Odd Future hops in and says, hold on, you was talking about our boys. You was talking about our group. We here too, stupid. Chris, ugly. Chris is getting jumped online. So he snaps it to, hey, pull up then. We don't got to do all this talking. I was at your
That's
city,
true.
Tyler.
I ain't gonna lie.
You wasn't there. So you soft.
Chris Brown was probably
Tyler,
over.
the Creator, to everyone's surprise, responds by saying, I was in your city though, Chris, and I ain't seen you. So I don't want to hear all this talking. I'm with it.
I'm with it.
Oh, Tyler, okay. Frank decides to take it a step further though. Frank doesn't do no talking.
I want to play RP too.
Frank pulls up to where Chris Brown is recording and starts waiting outside of the studio
Frank is gangster,
for Chris Brown. Now Frank hops back in his whip. Why he hops back in his whip? It's because a few people start walking towards him. A few people associated with Chris Brown telling him to come here.
Come here.
Pulls off.
Yeah, this color.
The people hop in their whip and pull off towards him. A high-speed chase goes down in L.A. Maybe a normal
that last
speed chase.
chains on.
Them boys is following him. They put him on camera. They start screaming, hey, bro. You was doing all that talking. What's going on now? Now these
what y'all think would happen if Frank just backed out on them? How y'all think, like, if Frank just backed out, it's like, what would y'all think would happen? That would have been crazy. Frank Ocean life would have been completely different. That would have been crazy. Y'all think Frank Ocean blamed somebody before?
Are Chris Brown's cousins. Frank's response is, I don't know you. I want to box Chris. Their response was,
I don't know you.
Oh, okay. Why you running though? She said, I'm not running.
I'm driving.
I just want to box Chris. I go, oh. One of the dudes in the car, an LA street dude for real, I don't want to mention his name. He says he was embarrassed by the story. Says, okay, he kind of respected Frank's response because Frank did a few things correctly. Now, if you don't know anything about hood culture, you've never been to a hood, let me explain. So step one, Frank didn't just fully ignore them and keep driving. That would have been corny. Frank didn't just start yelling, knucking and bucking, but not boxing. That would have been corny. Frank didn't immediately speed off in a panic. That would have been corny. Now,
W. Frank.
Chris Brown's cousins start really getting hype, really start knucking and bucking, start screaming at him at this point. They're telling him, we know where Chris is at. Come to the studio. We're going to show you where he's at. Now, what do you do in this situation? A, say, no, I'd rather just go on my merry way. Or B, sure, it's going to be a fair one-on-one fight. Take me to Chris Brown. If you chose B, then you're a little slow, but I still rock with you. The answer is what Frank Ocean did. He said, oh no, y'all boys up to something. Y'all tweaking. And he speeds off. Now, this is a little intense, right?
I remember
a normal speed chase, people yelling at each other. It starts popping up online. Chris Brown, Tyler, the Creator, everybody's trying to make it in music. Chris Brown's like, you know what? That was a little intense, right, y'all? That's corny. Tyler says the same thing. That's corny. Frank doesn't say anything. But moving on. It all seems settled. Everyone's having a good time. Then Frank comes out and says he's gay. Now, this may not be intense in 2024, but back in the day, if you are a rap associated artist and you come out as gay, it's a massive deal. This kind of propels Frank into the mainstream. It's kind of like what happened to Lil Nas X. When Old Town Road came out, Lil Nas X was rising, but when he came out as gay, it gave him a whole new push. Same thing happened to Frank Ocean. Now, for the most part, people are like, okay, cool, he makes good music, let him do his thing.
This sandwich?
Something comes out that Chris Brown wasn't very supportive, let's just say. But Chris Brown comes out and says, those are all rumors, that's all cap, love who you want to love. No one knows how Frank took this or if he was mad at the first situation and just never got over it, but this all comes to a head when Chris Brown is recording in Los Angeles, California. By the way, if you didn't know by now, Tyler, the Creator, Frank Ocean, based out of Los Angeles, California. Frank drives up to the studio he usually records at. I told you Chris Brown was recording, right? He's recording in that very same studio. He's parked in a parking spot that Franklin usually parks at. Frank parks in front of Chris's car so Chris can't leave. Now, Chris Brown comes out. He says, hey, someone's blocking my car. Who's blocking my car? They say, Frank is blocking your car. This is usually where he parks. Chris goes, oh, well, can you tell him to move his car, please?
To move his car?
Frank says, you was parking in my spot, boy. Chris goes,
yo, look at that face.
Slow down. We don't want to incident.
Look at that, man.
It's all good. Chris extends his hand out to be shaked. Frank goes, I ain't touching you, son. Chris goes, okay, no big deal. Yee! Chris swings on the boy, and a whole brawl ensues. Now, Frank claims that 3 dudes was on top of him. They was doing their thing on him. Frank has some people there with him as well. There's so many conflicting stories. Let's just say they got into it. Chris gets pulled out because he hurts his hand, but the brawl is still ensuing. Now, I got the inside scoop for you. Come here. Rumor has it that Vince Staples himself is the reason why the brawl stopped. Why? Because Vince decides to bring out the, you feel me? Now, this is probably pretty random, right, Vince? Ha ha ha, the funny guy.
Cali, bro.
Vince was a little more than the funny guy back in the day. Let's just say he was with a group of associates that your parents probably wouldn't want you to be around. Also, fun fact, Vince is from the same place as Snoop Dogg, Long Beach, California. They both also really like the color
this fighting
blue.
Shit.
Now, Frank
For real,
is friends with Vince because Vince is an associate of the group Odd Future Wolfgang them all. He was never officially part of the group, but he was really, really close with the group. Their fans like his fans like their fans. Cool. So he says, what's going on? Everybody says, whoa, big dog, you got it. Everyone disperses. But the crazy part about all this was the main headlines are really Chris Brown is going head to head against up-and-coming artists. They weren't the Frank and Tyler, the Creator, that you know today. See, after this, Frank then goes on to hop on Jay-Z and Kanye's song, No Church in the Wild. He starts coming out with songs that were sensational in their own right, featuring on many artists' things. Then he gets thrust into the spotlight. Obviously, Tyler, the Creator does what Tyler, the Creator does. Some can say revenge is the best medicine, but, well, that's up to you to decide.
Huh. Well, that's a pretty good video. I'm still on the I just finished watching that. So anyway, I mean, I pretty much feel like I knew that entire story. The only thing I want to talk on my phone, to be honest. The only thing I didn't really know is that Vince Staples part. Like, I knew the part where he broke it up, but I didn't really know that much about Vince Staples. So anyway, let me know how y'all feel about that. Shout out to Zevy Universe, and like I said, you want some gear, Zevy? Let me know. I'm assuming that's how you say Zevy. I had a problem. I wanted to send my clothes to Zevy. Yada